Hello everyone, Scrapper B here again. We are making card 2 of 6. Again, this is a 12 card package that we are making out of our card making workshops your way called Sending Hugs. So again, we just made card 1. We are about to start with card 2. Again, this is our guide from Close to My Heart printed out for us. And we have our cutting guide on how to cut our paper, everything from our canary cardstock to white daisy and also our sapphire paper. So you've got your guides. You want to make sure you cut those out, get them all prepared. And then as you get them prepared, in order to help you make your card, I would go ahead and lay them out as I spoke of in card 1. You're kind of labeling everything so that you can just grab as you go. So you'll get 6 of each of your, or however many it's telling you to do, but we're making 6 cards. So this right now is going to be 6 of each, except for this scalloped part here. I wanted y'all, so that you're not confused when you're cutting this out, you're going to cut 12 of these out because 2 times 6 is 12, and each one of this particular card is going to use 2 scalloped edges for the card. Okay, so that is instructions for that. Hopefully that's a little helpful for you in case you would not have noticed that on your own. So getting started here, we are going to go ahead and pull out our pre-cut card. Again, now this one is going to be landscape side, so instead of going this way, we're going to put it this way. And we're going to lay it flat for now. So we've got both sides. We just want to make sure we stay with one side. And I'm going to lay it flat so that everything else can go on here laying flat also. So the first thing that I'm noticing at this time, I am going to want to use my matte grid because I am going to be instructed several times on where to place my paper. So let's go ahead and get started here with the assembly. So number 1, we've already prepared all our pieces as shown, and we're going to grab piece 2A, which is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, 2A. And it's telling you do not attach 2A to the card base. This is our card base. Don't attach it just yet because we have to do something with it first. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our twine and put it on piece 2A. Okay, so 2A, being that it's 4 1/2 by 4 1/4, you want to make sure that it's not too long. Okay, so go ahead and turn it around now, and this is how you want it. So you want it to be where it is the 4 1/4 piece is, it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. So this is the 4 1/2 side, obviously, because your card is 4 1/2. So now that that's being taken care of, let's go ahead and tie our twine. This is going to be much easier than the bow that we made in 1A because this is going to be more of just a little knot of a bow. We don't have to make a bow, it's going to be much quicker. But you want to be careful because if you notice while I'm messing with it, the 2 edges will tend to want to come up. So we are going to make sure that they stay down, and then we're going to tie our knot, okay? Just like that. Even if it's a little loose, it's okay. Don't want it too long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And then I'm going to unravel it a bit. Kind of gives a little character. Just unravel it. You can unravel it some more. All right. So now I can adhere piece 2A to the card. And it's asking you to go 1/2 inch. You're going to place it 1/2 inch in from the edge. Okay, so having it down here, come in 1/2 inch. Make sure that you're a little flush there. And So then you're going to grab, attach 2B, which is your striped paper, and you're going to attach that going in 1 and I'm sorry, that one will go 1 3/4 in, okay, from the edge. So let's go ahead and so 1 3/4 in from the edge. Place it down. I'll let the little twine get stuck in there. Now we're going to work with our scalloped edges. These are considered items 2C and 2D, okay? So I have, again, prepared these on my Xyron sticker maker so that I can place these down without having to use the glue pen, which some of you might work with that better, but I like to use my Xyron. And again, these are longer than we actually need, but the instructions are asking you to trim them too, just like they did in card 1A. So go ahead and I'm going to have to turn this. Just make it flush to piece 2B. All right. Get your scissors, trim the edge, and toss the scraps. And there you go. And maybe I needed to just trim it going on the other way just a little bit, just a tad bit. Not always perfect. Okay, so we got this part done. That's our base. Now we want to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So we're going to get our 2E sapphire color 3x3, and we're going to get our daisy white, which is number 2F, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, which fits right inside. And before we lay our sentiment, we are going to go ahead and stamp our white daisy paper with thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I have gone ahead and prepared my acrylic block with that stamp, and this time the stamp is asking you to stamp the sentiment with your heather, but again I'm using the whimsy. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. We're not going to use a wreath this time. This will just kind of sit without the wreath. There you go. Really pretty. Set that aside. Now, if you'll notice that it is asking for a little greenery with the flower in the center. This looks like it's one stamp, but it actually is not. It is 3 stamps. So the acrylic blocks allow you to lay your outside on this block here, the 2 leaves. And then you've got your flower. So what I did is I lined up my flower in here first to make sure that I was hitting each edge of the leaf. Then I took it off and I set it in the 1x1 block. Kind of helped me eyeball it there for me. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and lay the leaves down first, and with this one we're going to use sweet leaf. We're going to ink it up with the sweet leaf. Just a little bit beneath the sentiment, kind of center it. Stamp it down. Then we're going to get our glacier color. We're going to put the flower, ink it up, and lay it in there. And there you go. So here again, we're going to use our cute little hearts. And the hearts are calling for the sapphire. You can change these up at any time that you'd like. Change the color, or maybe just put a little bling of a heart on there. Completely up to you. But for right now, we're going to do it this way. And oops, I kind of missed it there, but let's go ahead and put that down again. And because the acrylic block allows you to, you just put it right over it and you make the heart. Stamp it in there. You've got all 3 hearts down now. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and Again, I'm gonna decorate the edges here, and because I have the heather on my sentiment, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Do the little sandpaper motion to color the edges a little bit. Just like the way it livens up the white daisy paper. And we're going to go ahead this time, and I'm going to adhere it flat onto my piece 2E, which is a 3x3 cardstock of sapphire paper. And then we're going to go ahead and let the sapphire paper, our 3x3, kind of be what is going to 3D off of the card. Three-dimensional. You can do all 4 edges, all 4 sides, but I'm just going to do the 2. I think that's good enough. And then with this, you're going to end up coming in 1 1/4. So again, if you want to line it up that way, make sure you're in the center a little bit here. Put it down. There you go. And then just fringe it up a little bit. And we are done. So this is one of the cards of the 6th that you're going to make. And again, this completes our set that goes with our Sending Hugs. I hope you have enjoyed this. We have both cards made, and voila. Enjoy making the rest of your cards, and I hope that everyone that receives these beautiful cards will appreciate them for all the work that you did. Thank you again. Goodbye for now. Hannibal?